What's a brand or company that just kind of disappeared without people noticing? Scottish Newcastle, large UK-based brewery and owner of Premier Ends, Chef Brewer Restaurant and loads of other chains. Overextended, expanding brewery operations through acquisition. Sold the pubs, restaurants and hotels in 2004. Got greedy and tried to buy Heineken, but the terms of the joint venture with Heineken meant that Heineken bought us in. The beers they brewed are still about, but hundreds of years of brewing history gone. Odwalla. I love their juices and protein drinks. When my company got hired to do social work for Naked Pepsi, it made me want an Odwalla, so I went to the store to pick one up, but they were out. I checked online and found out that they'd shut down 2-3 years earlier, and it bummed me out. Saturn cars. Every once in a while I'll see an old S series and remember how GM did something so mundane, yet so right for the times. Then they just fizzled into rebadged cars from other GM platforms. Then fizzled out altogether. I don't know if they are still in business or not, but when I was a tween, Eddie Bauer was real big. I had to have this tiny little purse thing they carried for my 13th birthday. I haven't heard about them in quite a while. Ericsson, Motorola, Nokia, LG, and all the old cell phone manufacturers. They probably are still around and doing other things but are missed in the phone market for sure. These things don't cost $1,500 to make. Some of these responses are dumb as fuck. Just BC1 might not notice a company anymore doesn't mean they vanished. A simple Google search will show many of the brands posted are still flourishing. How about Kodak? They were a big name in photography, but things changed fast, they just couldn't keep up with the change, and struggled to adapt to an ever-changing market. Fila. I used to love their clothes in the early 90s, sure they are still around, but they were the brand at one point. Same could be said for Kappa also. Uvu, video chat service like Skype that shut down in 2017. The only reason why I still remember them is because I have a t-shirt of theirs from 2012, and one. Here in Australia I remember it was pretty popular when I was a teen, I'd buy their shoes and shirts all the time. Then it just disappeared. Stussy, Massimo, Gotcha, Bad Boy. Some may still exist but not to the point of everything at the mall being these brands almost exclusively. Ballantine Bitter. I never had it, but I remember hearing their ads when I listened to Phillies games as a kid. I can still sing the jingle. Pace Warehouse. So much better than Sam's Club. But Walmart was so afraid of them they kept raising the buyout price till them got them. Joe Boxer always wanted their sleep short boxers for girls as a preteen cause I thought all the cool girls had them as teens. Fruitopia. It was everywhere, vending machines in every school and mall. Suddenly they all vanished without a trace. JNCO. I realize we have lots of other options these days if we want to dress like a cartoon character, but still, no fear. It became a house brand after its peak. West Beach is another. Before they were called hoodies, Yonex, McGregor, Ram, then Hogan. To be fair, most people didn't notice because it's golf equipment, so I wanna say a cellular, apparently it's still a thing but I don't ever see stores for it anymore. Z Cavaricci. They were crazy expensive back in the day. Used jeans were too. Saturn cars. Thank God. Deck Digital Equipment Corporation. Kiwi. Their ads were everywhere at the start of the lockdown. Now they're no more. These are all right answers because I didn't recognize a single one besides Quiznos. Most brands of bar soap never made the switch to body wash and just disappeared. Segway. Of course, it didn't help that the owner and promoter drove off a cliff. Swatch watches. I loved them. The Beanie Babies of watches. So many styles. Saturn. I always wanted to buy one of their cars, then they were just gone. Sears. Circuit City. Woodward Lothrop. Orange Julius. Tower Records. Mervyn's. Toshiba. Used to be a loyal customer of their electronics for many years. Even though I know what happened. Nextel. Huge brand that just disappeared. Quiznos. One day I woke up and said, hey, what happened to Quiznos? Saab Automobile. Value City. Took me forever to remember what it was called. Lowell. Wonka Candy. All rebranded without the signature Wonka logo. Wonder, until the company with the dirty name bought them out. Jolt. All the sugar and twice the caffeine. Also, Tab Cola. Nokia. They are still around but nowhere near as 15 years ago. Ocean Pacific. BK Shoes. Wrangler Jeans. No Fear t-shirts. Excuse me, are those Bugle Boy jeans that you're wearing? Bell Telephone and all 20-something of its child companies. Annie says clothing shops. Ours got turned into a courthouse. Kenny Rogers Roasters. It was the wood that made it good. Gatorade Gum. Quench Gum. Bonkers Candy. Quisp cereal. Kobe. They were known for their portable DVD players. Ronald McDonald. A big brand symbol for McDonald's.